Karen, and today I thought I would share a little bit about myself by answering the questions to the Creative Hobbies tag suggested by Karen from My Colorful Country Life. I've watched the videos by Joe from Geordie Colors and Erica from Elm Colors, and I loved learning more about them, so I thought that I would also tell you a little bit more about me. So I hope you enjoy this video and learning about some of my other hobbies. Let's get started. Question number 1 is, what was your first creative hobby as an adult? To be honest, I'm a relatively late bloomer to creative hobbies as an adult. Nevertheless, as a child, I did do some coloring and I took some art classes, but most of that came to an end once I went to university and I was preoccupied with my studies. Nevertheless, I do have another hobby that I've had since I was a child, and that's reading. As you can tell from my channel name, I've always been an avid reader, and that actually played a pivotal role in my coloring because it led to the purchase of this book. I was reading the Court of Thorns and Roses series, and I was in my local bookstore and I saw this coloring book and decided to give it a go. So actually, my reading led to my coloring. Question number 2 is, what hobby did I fall in love with or lasted the longest time before adult coloring? Well, as I said before, I'm an avid reader. One of my earliest memories is lying in bed with my mom. I think I was about 3, and she was reading her big person's book and I was reading my little golden book, and that is one of my fondest memories. Reading has played a significant part in my life because I not only love reading for enjoyment, it's also part of my profession. I'm an English literature lecturer, and so it also is a big part of my professional life. And yeah, I'm always reading. I always have a book on the go, and sometimes more than one. So question number 3 is, have any of your past hobbies helped develop your coloring style today? And the answer to that is yes and no. So as I said, I enjoy reading. And so when I started coloring, I approached the topic like any academic, and I went out and I purchased books about coloring. So these are some of the books that I first read when I started out on this journey, and they helped me immensely. So I have The Secrets of Coloring 2 by Jennifer Zimmerman, and this book is fabulous. It gives you all sorts of tips and tricks for coloring specific items like boots or candy, and also color palettes and backgrounds and all sorts of other interesting things. And I actually think I need to read this book again. I also got The Color Workshop by Rachel Reinert. And again, it talks about color theory and tools, because, you know, I didn't know which tools to have, what pencils to buy. And so it has some useful information about the different brands of pencils that are available and what they're made of, and all sorts of other types of interesting information like color schemes and harmonies and so on. So this is another book that I read at the beginning of my journey. And I also have The New Guide to Coloring by the editors of Do Magazine. I think I got all these books because I was watching YouTube tutorials by Pencil Stash, but I can't remember her name. I'll look it up and put it on the screen. I don't think she is on YouTube anymore, which is unfortunate because she was a wonderful teacher. Anyway, she recommended some of these books, if I remember correctly, and yeah, so I got them, and there are some wonderful tips here. For example, using paper in your coloring. I'm going to try out this technique, I think. Yeah, so those are some of the books that I got when I was starting out to help me on my journey. So there we go. Reading and coloring go together. Question number 4 is, which of your past hobbies do you still enjoy today? So obviously, as I said, reading. But aside from reading, I have 2 other hobbies that I engage in, and they are playing video games and completing puzzles. So after I finished my PhD, I suddenly had all this time in my hands and I didn't really know what to do with myself. The thought of opening another book and reading was just completely out of the realm of possibility. So my brother was playing some video game at the time and he asked me if I wanted to try it out. And the next thing I knew, I was addicted to video games. So I think I spent a year playing video games, and then I found puzzles on the iPad, which is what I do now. So it's a really fun activity, and I don't do that as often because now I have my coloring, but every once in a while I will find myself listening to an audiobook and completing a puzzle. I really like adventure games, the ones where you solve riddles or puzzles and things like that. I'm not really a first-person shooter kind of person, and I really enjoy these two hobbies as well. Question number 5, do you ever blend your hobbies together? Does listening to audiobooks while I'm coloring count? If so, then yes, I often have an audiobook going while I'm coloring. It helps me to relax even more, which is why I color, and so I really love that. That was a really short answer. Because I'm moving on to question number 6, which is, are there hobbies you have tried that didn't stick? And yes, there are a couple of those. Both my mother and my grandmother were avid knitters and sewers, but I have 2 left thumbs when it comes to this. My mom tried to teach me to knit when I was younger, and all I managed to do was get all the wool wrapped around my fingers and drop all my stitches. My brother, on the other hand, is an excellent knitter. So he obviously inherited those genes. Another hobby that I tried is bullet journaling. This is a hobby that I recently gave a go because I wanted to maybe incorporate it into my coloring. And I was going through some of my father's old belongings, and I found a fountain pen that he had. So I thought, oh, okay, I will look into this. And while I did really get into the whole fountain pen hobby, it's a little bit beyond my budget. Nevertheless, I did get some, and I use them in my coloring journals. So while my bullet journaling lasted about 5 minutes, I did begin coloring journals. So this is something that I am continuing. So I started last year with the Creative Companion, and this year I have my own do-it-yourself journal, which I will be showing how I use in a different video. Question number 7. What hobby would you love to try in the future? Well, actually, there are a couple of hobbies that I've already started that are coloring adjacent. I wanted to learn how to add elements to some of the coloring pages, and for that I needed to learn how to draw. So of course, as an avid reader, I bought books to teach me how to do this. So for example, I have Dragons and Fantasy, where it teaches you how to draw dragons, and I've actually got one that I've drawn, and I'm quite proud of my attempt at drawing a dragon. I need to get back to this. This is a beautiful book with different creatures that you can learn how to draw from the outline, and then adding all the other elements until you get to the final result. Okay, I also bought 642 places to draw because I wanted to see if I could do this. And slowly but surely, I am learning more and more about how to do this. So I've drawn this cute little mouse, and I've drawn some of these. Yes, it gives you the topic to draw, and then you interpret it the way that you want. I'm quite proud of these. And I'm sort of stuck on the next one, which is, yes, Paperboy Training Academy. I have no idea what I'm going to do for that one, but I'll eventually get around to it. Okay, and I also have some Strathmore Learn to Draw Animals, because I want to learn how to draw animals, rabbits, giraffes, bears, and other assorted creatures. Yes, so yeah, I'll get around to that too sometime. Yes, I'm also been learning to do watercolor, so I have been practicing, following tutorials, and yeah, little cats and balloons and feathers, yeah, and other animals. Yeah, I'm slowly but surely learning how to do all of this stuff. There is There's some fabulous tutorials on Skillshare that I've been doing. So yeah, I'm still learning. As you can see, it's a work in progress. We'll see if I can, do more. I also wanted to try urban sketching, but I just don't have the time for that, so that's not gonna happen. I will just have to keep going with what I've got. Yeah, well, some color theory, some landscapes, yeah, some more landscapes, some washes, learning how to do clouds, flowers, yeah, and some more sketching, yeah, a bunny, and yeah, so these are some of my my attempts at watercolor. I think I'm still too heavy-handed. Yeah, with my watercolors. I need to loosen up my grip. Okay. Question number 8, what do your hobbies mean to you personally? So reading is such a huge part of my identity. I don't know who I would be without it, and it also makes me feel closer to my mother, who passed away almost 20 years ago. She's the one who instilled in both of her children a love of reading, and so whenever I open a book or listen to an audiobook, I find myself thinking about her, and it makes me feel closer to her. So it really is very important to me. As for coloring, my mom also used to color, so I also feel close to her in that respect. And yeah, so it's a very important part of who I am. Question number 9, how have your hobbies helped you through the different seasons of life? So as I said, reading in particular helped me cope with my mother's sudden passing, and also, of course, coloring helped with getting through COVID. So yeah, we were all stuck in our houses with nothing to do, worrying about being infected, and so coloring helped keep my mind off of that. So that was wonderful. And another thing, it introduced me to the fabulous coloring community, which kept me sane during that time as well. And last but not least, question number 10, can you show or describe a past project that is a favorite? Well, it's actually related to a different hobby that I've started recently, and that is calligraphy. So as I said, I was going to start bullet journaling and found my father's fountain pen, and the next thing I knew, I was going down the calligraphy rabbit hole. I actually learned calligraphy when I was younger, and I learned how to write cursive in school, so it wasn't that hard to get back into this hobby. But of course, I bought a book, Calligraphy for Dummies, and I'm working my way through all of the exercises in this book. I'm going to learn different types of scripts and all sorts of other interesting and cool things. And one of my favorite projects was this one. Okay, this is actually Spencerian script, and I was following a Skillshare tutorial, and I'm really pleased with the way that I got my my writing. I still need to work on my capital letters, yes, and my flourishing. So yeah, this was a fun project that I really enjoyed doing, and this is actually the end result. I had lots of different versions until I got to the one that I was happy with, and this is a hobby that I am continuing to learn. So yeah, thank you so much everyone for joining me as I've gone down memory lane with my different hobbies. I hope that you've enjoyed the video. This is a tag video, but I'm not going to tag anyone in particular. If you would like to do this tag, just go for it. It's a fun way for us to get to know each other. So thanks again for watching, and if you enjoy the channel, I would love it if you subscribed. Hope to see you soon for more coloring. Bye.